next speaker is Steve Miller. Steve Miller, How I Stole My Own Car. Stephen Miller, How I Stole My Own Car.
On July 26th, my beloved son Isaac was pistol whipped, robbed of his wallet, his cell phone, and his car, which was actually my car. We have GPS tracking on our cell phones. So I saw that my cell phone, and presumably Isaac's car, was in Detroit by the city airport. Friday morning, I called the Macomb County Sheriff, which is where the crime took place, and they went down to get the car. But by the time they got there, no car was to be found. I looked at the GPS tracking history, and I saw that the criminals spent all night traveling around Detroit. But at 4 a.m., they went back to Near City Airport, and then they stayed there until around 10 a.m. So the next day, at 7 in the morning, when I figured the criminals were asleep, I drove down to City Airport. And there was Isaac's car. So I called up the Macomb County Sheriff and I said, the car's here, I see it, come on down and get it. Oh, I'm sorry. Today's Saturday. We don't work on Saturday. What you should do is go to the Detroit police and ask them to give you a ride to get the car. At the Detroit police station, you have to park far away from the entrance. And the entrance is on the other side of the building. So I walk over to the entrance, and then in front of the entrance there's this big sign, and it says, no, all different kinds of things, including pocket knives allowed inside the building. And I have a pocket knife in my pocket. Well, I didn't want to walk all the way back to my car because the clock is ticking. At 9 o'clock, I figured the criminals are going to be waking up. So I walked into the police station and I said, here, I got a pocket knife. I'm just putting it on the table. And there was a man there at the guard, but the policewoman said, you get out of the way. And she says, I'll handle this. What do you think you're doing bringing a weapon in here? Can't you read? Didn't you read that sign? Well, yeah, I read it. So you think you're above the law, do you? Well, no. I just didn't want to walk all the way back there. Well, you just get out of here and don't come back. Well, my car got stolen and I need some help. Call 911. Can I have my knife back at least? No. Can I at least have the case back? Because my son made that case for me and it's got sentimental value. No. I need it for evidence. Call 911. My car's stolen. I know where it is. I just need a ride down there to be able to get the car. Okay, great. We'll send someone right over to get it. Okay. How long will that be? Oh, we don't give you any estimates on time unless it's a matter of life or death. Well, would it be like closer to 1 hour or closer to 24 hours? I'm sorry, we don't give any estimates. I drove into the neighborhood and parked on the next street. I walked around the block, took out my key, put it in my son's car, opened the door, and the alarm went off. I jumped in the car, started up, and I took off. And I drove back to the police station. Where else was I going to go? Walked back in. You again? Well, I got my car. I got my stolen car. Now I just need a ride to get my own car back. What? You come over here. Well, and they set me down. and they interrogated me for a long time. They didn't think my story made sense. But eventually, the guy says, oh, the policeman says, I understand now. You are trying to do the policeman's work for them, for yourself. You shouldn't do that. You're supposed to leave that to the policeman. I didn't tell him that the police were no help. I said, well, then should I just go? Because the time clock is ticking. And I figured I could be better off walking there. He says, no, you stay right there. But eventually a policeman came and gave me a ride in my car. I got the car and was gone. Things are pretty much back to normal now. The cars are okay. Isaac is okay. And everything is pretty much the way it was before, except for one thing. See, the criminal has Isaac's driver's license, so he knows my address. So I went on my front porch and I removed the address from my house, and here it still is.